When you think about the terms sigma and beta, you might imagine certain personality traits that set these two types apart. But what does it really mean to be a sigma or a beta? Today, you're about to take a deep dive into the difference between these two male archetypes. And by the end of this, you'll have a clear understanding of which category you might find yourself leaning toward. But more importantly, you'll discover how to harness the strengths of both and navigate through life in a more powerful way. You're going to see both sides. And by the end, you'll have the knowledge to make the most out of your unique personality. Let's start by exploring the Sigma male. You know, the Sigma is someone who tends to operate outside the traditional social hierarchy, while others may seek validation or social approval. The Sigma is more self-reliant and doesn't really care for the attention or praise that the typical Alpha might thrive on. Instead, the Sigma defines success on their own terms, and that's a big part of what sets them apart. They are confident but don't need to display it constantly to the world. Their strength lies in their independence. They don't need a group to feel fulfilled. They are just as comfortable alone as they are with others. The Sigma is someone who takes control of their own destiny without needing to conform to the standards or expectations set by others. Now think about your own life and ask yourself, do you find comfort in standing out from the crowd? Do you thrive when you're working independently and don't need constant validation from others to feel successful? If this sounds like you, you might just recognize some Sigma traits within yourself. It's not about rejecting relationships or pushing others away, but instead about having the freedom to live life on your terms, without being dependent on the approval or status of others. It's this freedom that allows Sigmas to remain focused, goal-oriented, and comfortable in their own skin. On the other hand, the beta male is often portrayed in society as someone who doesn't naturally take the lead, someone who's more likely to follow the crowd. The beta is generally more social, comfortable with fitting in, and finds value in community and group dynamics. The beta tends to seek approval and validation from others, which can sometimes lead to them feeling less confident when they're outside of their comfort zone. This doesn't mean they're weak, however, or incapable of leadership. It simply means that they may not feel the need to assert themselves or take charge in the same way an alpha or sigma might. Now, think about your own experiences. Have you ever felt more comfortable following along with a group, supporting others, and seeking acceptance? Do you find value in belonging to a community, even if it means not being the one in charge? It's important to note that being a beta doesn't mean you lack strength, but it does mean that your strengths are often expressed in a more supportive or collaborative manner. There's power in being a beta, especially when you focus on building strong relationships and contributing to the collective success of the group. It's a different type of confidence, one that comes from knowing your place and understanding your role. So, what's the difference between these two? The Sigma is the lone wolf who doesn't need validation from others to feel complete, while the Beta, though often seen as less dominant, thrives within group dynamics and places high importance on connection and community. The Sigma walks their own path, independent and self-sufficient, while the Beta may prefer to follow a path that is shared with others. They both have their strengths, but they express them in different ways, and that's what makes each type unique. Now, let's look deeper at the Sigma male's strength, which is primarily self-reliance. The Sigma doesn't need anyone to tell them how to live their life. They are driven by their own vision, and their inner world is rich and complex. They don't follow trends or seek the approval of others. Instead, they chart their own course and trust in their ability to figure things out. They are resourceful, creative, and constantly evolving. If you've ever felt more comfortable working alone or find your best ideas coming to you when you're by yourself, you're likely tapping into this Sigma energy. The Sigma male doesn't rely on external influence to make decisions. They trust their own judgment above all else. In contrast, the Beta male finds strength in relationships and collaboration. They are not afraid to lean on others and understand the power of working together as a team. They may not be as independent as the Sigma, but they make up for it with their ability to connect with others, build strong bonds, and be supportive. If you've ever found yourself in a situation where you enjoy helping others or feel most confident when you're part of a group, you might lean more toward the Beta archetype. Being a Beta means you understand the importance of collective effort, and you value cooperation over competition. So what happens when these two types cross paths? The Sigma and Beta can learn a lot from one another. The Sigma might learn the power of connection and the value of a strong community, while the Beta can learn from the Sigma how to become more self-reliant and assertive in their own pursuits. This balance is where both types can grow. The Sigma doesn't need the approval of others, but they can still benefit from the camaraderie that comes with strong relationships. The Beta doesn't always need to follow the crowd, and learning to stand on their own and trust their instincts can lead to even greater success. The key takeaway here is that there's no one-size-fits-all approach to life, and no single personality type holds all the answers. Instead, you can draw from the strengths of both the Sigma and Beta to build your own unique approach to life. Think about which traits resonate most with you. Are you more independent and self-driven, like the Sigma, or do you thrive on connections and teamwork? Like the Beta, most likely you find that you're a mix of both, depending on the situation. Embrace this, because you don't have to limit yourself to one label. You are unique, and by tapping into both Sigma and Beta qualities, you can navigate life in a way that works best for you. As you reflect on what you've learned about the Sigma and Beta archetypes, think about where you can improve. Maybe you need to embrace a bit more independence or step up to take charge in certain situations, or perhaps you need to strengthen your ability to connect with others and build your community. By understanding both the Sigma and Beta dynamics, you give yourself the tools to grow and evolve in a way that serves you. You're in control of how you express your strengths, and by embracing the best of both worlds, you set yourself up for success. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, because in the next video you'll learn even more powerful insights that will help you on your journey to personal mastery. See you soon.